Hello, welcome back to Story Time. I'm Hillary Deaver with Creator Space in Amarillo, Texas. Every Tuesday I'm going to record and share a story read aloud to you. Today we're going to read Stellaluna by Janell Cannon. Stellaluna. In a warm and sultry forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she said. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, with powerful birds swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest below. The dark, leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings around her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could not hold on any longer. Down, down again she dropped. Flump! Stellaluna landed head first in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh, here comes Mom," hissed Pip. Many, many times that day the mama bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things that Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks." And so the birds started hanging like Stellaluna. You know, bats are nocturnal. So that's why she said her bat ways were going away. The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as good as a bird should. All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. "I'm just like them," thought Stellaluna. "I can fly too." Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same thing. How embarrassing. "I will fly all day," Stellaluna told herself. then no one will see how clumsy I am. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We had better go home or we will get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon she fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near her. Hey, a loud voice said, why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Oh, but you're a bat. Bats hang from their feet. You are hanging by your thumb, so that makes you upside down. The creature said, I'm a bat, and I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs, one stuttered. And you slept at night, they gasped. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you, she said. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, you are Stellaluna. You are my baby. You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, the mother bat said as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. But it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in the darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Soon the bats found a mango tree and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I will never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed her face full. I must tell Pip and Flitter and Flap. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, she said. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained to the birds on their way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said. We will fly at night. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see anything, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Aye, shrieked Flap. They're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree and the birds grasped on the branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. We're safe, said Stellaluna, and then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different, but feel so much alike? And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna. But we're friends, and that's a fact. Then in the back, there's some bat notes, just some information about bats. Did you know there are nearly 4,000 species of mammals on the earth, and almost 1/4 of them are bats? So 1/4 of 4,000 are bats. If you can figure out that number, you post it in the comments. The scientific name for bats is Cheropteria. It means hand wing, because the skeleton that supports the wing is almost like finger bones. The majority of bats are classified as small wings. Nearly 800 varieties fill special niches in every climate around the world, except polar zones. So if you don't like cold, you could be a bat. There's that hand and wing. Let's see. There's the famous vampire bat, there's only 3 species arranging in Mexico to Argentina. The vampire's victims are mostly domestic cattle and native mammals and birds. Did you know bats could eat cattle? 170 of the species are fruit bats, like Stellaluna. They're the largest bats, and some types boast wingspans up to 6 feet. The wingspan is how far it goes out, maybe as tall as your dad. 6 feet if they went sideways. Thanks for joining us today. Again, we read Stellaluna by Janell Cannon. We will see you next Tuesday for story time from Creator Space.